Hey Paladins fans, Pretty Hair here, and welcome back to another episode of Esports Weekly. This was the last weekend of the open bracket phase of competition, and 4 teams have now separated themselves apart from the pack, earning themselves a spot in the Masters qualifiers. That will start taking place this weekend. It was the last weekend of open bracket, but the first in which we got to see play with all the new legendary cards and Season 1 updates. They did a fantastic job of keeping both the draft and the games exciting. Our first semifinal was between Wolves Esports and Burrito. Burrito was playing without their main tank player, Theo, and we were unsure how this would affect their draft, because their sub, Sun Commander, is traditionally a damage and flank player. But in Game 1, Burrito had him on Torvald. We knew drafts would be all over the place due to legendaries making their entrance, but we never thought it would result in Wolves upsetting the world champions in the semifinals. District 69, however, were able to cruise through Interlopers in the semifinals 3-0. The finals show some interesting pick prioritizations, notably Grok and Barrack. Now Barrack is nothing new for District 69, but Sheepa was having glorious performances on Grok, which warranted the heavy prioritization of the character who hasn't seen competitive play in some time. Ying is largely regarded to be one of the strongest supports in the game right now due to her lifelike legendary, but Jera was able to beat her time and time again with Maldamba. While D69 was able to defeat them cleanly in 3 games, Wolves showed a lot of promise, growth, and consistent strong performances against high-caliber teams, which bodes well for them moving into the next phase of competition.
Congratulations to the top 4 teams who have earned themselves a spot in the Masters qualifiers out of Europe. District 69 in first place with 320 points, Burrito in second place with 290 points, Interlopers came in third place with 150 points, and finally rounding us out in fourth place was Wolves Esports with 100 points.
In North America on Sunday, Astral Authority and AGG kicked things off in North America. Personally, I was most interested to see how the drafts in NA would differ, if at all, from the ones in EU. Astral Authority are definitely a team that are not afraid to test the limits during the draft phase, and they have some of the best Bomb King players in the game. Cutie has been one of the earliest adopters of Grover, and overall Astral Authority's unpredictability and versatility makes them tough to draft against. This helped lead them to a 3-0, albeit hard-fought victory over AGG. On the bottom side of the bracket, Eager found themselves against a new challenger in their semifinal matchup. Fake Out, a team we haven't seen much of since the days of the Champion Circuit, made their comeback this past weekend. Familiar names such as Ihihi, the Sheepy, as well as notable new players such as Gritty made a splash against Eager. Gritty in particular was running Heads Will Roll, a legendary for Androxus which increases his headshot damage by 50%. Most players have questioned the consistency of this legendary, but Gritty made it work. The series felt like Stolzy and Shady Shades versus Gritty and Ihihi. Both these teamfights were living and dying with these 4 players, which made for some seriously tense moments. In the end, Eager were able to come out with a win over Fake Out in 4 games. Eager would square off against Astral Authority in the finals for one last time. Eager took Game 1 on Stone Keep looking strong, so Astral decided to go with a different strategy that is tried and true, but one that hasn't been in the meta for some time, the Death Ball. A composition that relies on multiple tanks and healers to take the game quickly before Wrecker and Cauterize can come online to counter it. Death Ball comps rely heavily on momentum, which Astral Authority grabbed and maintained to find the win and hold the top spot in North America. Congrats to the top 4 teams who have qualified for the Masters qualifiers out of North America. They are Astral Authority in first with 300 points, Team Eager in second with 225, AGG in third with 165, and rounding it out is Xenasi in 4th place with 160 points. That's going to do it for this episode of Esports Weekly. Thanks so much for tuning back in. Remember, the Masters qualifier starts this weekend. It's going to be the same time and the same place that you're used to watching, so make sure you stop by. My name is Pretty Hair, and I'll see you next time.